All right, the University of California application requires 4 out of a possible 8 essays that you would select from. It is the most applied to school system in the United States for university. So you want to make sure that you pick the right 4 essays and really nail them. So let me help you do that, and then I'm going to go through 2 essays and let you know how best to answer those questions for you. So when selecting the 4 essays for the University of California application, vary them. Number 1 rule, make them varied so that they can touch base with different qualities and skills that you want to flex for the university system. So again, number 1 is vary the questions. Number 2, select the questions that you can answer and answer with examples. You don't want to be in a situation where you're just answering without providing life examples. So number 2 is providing life examples. Number 3 is don't answer a question that's too hard for you to answer. Because if you do that and you stumble on it, you're in trouble. So many people ask me, is it better to answer an easy question well or answer a hard question mediocre? In the end of the day, it's a balance. You want to answer whatever you answer well, but you have to make sure that you stand out. So select it. If there's a hard question, 2 middle tier questions and 1 easy question, maybe break it up that way. So now in terms of structuring the essays, you only have 350 words per essay. So you want to make sure that you cover everything in that 350 words. So I would say spend about 100 words on the introduction, spend about, about 100 words on building up and getting to the kind of the context of the point, and then about 100 words in terms of what was the lesson learned. And then if you have space, 50 words for the conclusion. So 100 words for the intro, present the whole issue, kind of paint a roadmap, then the context, then the analysis of how it's helped you, and then finally the conclusion. That's how I would basically structure each one of those essays. Okay, so let's answer one of the questions, which is about community and how you've helped your school. Okay, it's right here for you. Again, it's about the community and how it helped your school. So in answering that question, what you really want to know is how have you given back to, again, your community school, and how is it given back to you? But in terms of that, I would say paint the community or school. I would choose one. I wouldn't do both. Let's say you want to say how I've helped my community, right? So introduce your community, paint the context. You want to describe how you've helped that community. Then describe the learning lesson for you and how you've taken that help into other areas of your life, how you've learned from it, and how it's reciprocal. You help the community, and the community has helped you. And then finally, conclude the essay. So again, in the introduction, describe the community itself. Maybe you come from a religious community. Maybe you come from an ethnic community, an identity-based community. So describe that community, let the institution know about it, let the University of California know about it, right? Then describe exactly what you did. Maybe you volunteered, maybe you mentored, maybe you helped clean up in that community. Maybe you donated money or raised funds for that community. How you did it, what were the struggles, what were the challenges. Then you want to say what you learned from that experience, how it helped you grow as a person, and how you've helped the community in return, and how the community's helped you. Very, very important to show that reciprocal connection. And then finally conclude it if you've got the space. So that's how I would answer that question on community and school. The second question I want to help you answer is a very important one that I think the schools really look for, which is about leadership. In this instance, questions right here for you. And what we're trying to cover here is how, as a leader, have you resolved disputes, really shown as a leader, right? So the first thing I would do is really, describe the experience, put the context of the example. Maybe it was within a volunteer group or an organization, an NGO, whatever that context was, so they understand it. Again, school, student organization, student journal, newspaper, volunteer, whatever it is. Then describe what you did to resolve the disputes, to contribute to the group, to really shine as a leader, right? What did you do? But really practically. Maybe it was overcoming certain challenges. Maybe it was raising membership. Maybe it was raising funds. Maybe it was publishing an issue. What did you overcome? What hurdles did you face? How did you shine as a leader, right? And then you can talk about your analysis of how this made you a better leader and how you want to apply that in the future. And maybe that you can also say what you learned, not just from your experience, but from others who were leaders, or how the team helped you be a better leader. really kind of surface those issues, because that's super, super important that you can show humility, but you can also show how you stood out and how you helped others to also shine. These are very important qualities because that's what the school is going to look for in terms of a leader. And then finally conclude it for lessons forward if you have the space to do that. I hope you found this useful and help get you on the right track to success. If you have any questions for us, please post them below. We'll do our best to get back to you with further resources. I personally went to the University of California, to UCLA, UC Berkeley, as well as UCSB when I first started my education. So we know about the UC system very, very well, and we're really happy to help you get on the right track to be able to help you with your application. In the meantime, if you like what you saw, make sure to click over here for further details and subscribe with Right Track Admissions. Again, thank you, best of luck, and I look forward to helping you on your college admissions journey.